Hi. So we're gonna knock this out, and then we'll do a stream right after. But if you're watching this like in a later date, I'm probably gonna delete the stream after. So, yeah. This has nothing to do with the video, but I ended up watching King of Lightning's. He did a greatest of all time villains list, so I recommend watching that because that was funny. Even though I disagree with a few things he says here and there, overall it was pretty funny. But let's get into this episode. So this was actually, rather than like flat out like pulling my hair infuriating, this was actually more meh than anything else. I've always found something like the episodes in general have been trash. But I hesitate to call this trash. I certainly wouldn't call it good either. But even if I say it's meh, it doesn't really encapsulate like what I feel about the episode, right? Because usually, like when you say good, bad, amazing, like whatever, all these words, but I can't like it's not trash to it's not trash to me. Like trash is like episode 100 and it's like the special or episode 66, right, when Trunks had the Genki Damaso. Like that's trash. This I wouldn't say is so much trash because the thing about this episode is that it was so like unimportant, really. And I say that even with like Universe 4 getting erased at the end of the episode, but it's so much more like the episode in itself was so unimportant. It felt so unimportant that because I didn't feel like any particular sort of like I don't know if emotional connection is the right word, but my lack of care when watching for the episode I think made me rate this not as viciously as I do like the other episodes. But we can talk about that later. So yeah, Vegeta fights Catapesla and eliminates him. And once again, like we already start off with a bad thing because Catapesla, right? Remember he said the speed in the battle modes, and now he has the ultimate mode, which makes him 300 times as strong and 300 times as fast. And that basically makes his speed in battle modes useless. What's the point? Why? And this goes to show the foresight and the incompetent. Not the incompetent. I won't say incompetent. It's more like the amateur skills of toy writers. Because why would you intentionally only? There's no point in having a speed or a battle mode if the ultimate mode already accomplishes both those things. So what's the point? What is the point of having ultimate mode, right? Speed mode only increased one. Battle mode increased the other. But ultimate mode increases both. So why not just use the ultimate mode instead of the speed in the battle mode? What's the fucking point? It's completely useless. And what I was saying earlier now about the speed in the battle modes in the previous episodes, now all that stuff is, well, not the speed, the battle mode, like now that's moot too. So yeah, that was stupid. And he eliminates Catapesla with the final flash. So if you guys have been listening to all of my rants and my reviews, like one of the reasons why Super sucks is because they rely too much on nostalgia and callbacks and like reusing moves and stuff that was used in the old series because nostalgia. But I don't really consider it a problem in this particular instance, right? When Vegeta uses the final flash, it does reinforce what I said about Super overusing and relying on nostalgia to make its episodes fun or charming or interesting or just to like make people watch, right? Which they aren't in the long run. But again, I don't really find much of a problem using it here. Him using it here like he did against Mageto or against like all the other opponents. Maybe because the way that he used the final flash in this episode, like it was a lot faster. Right, it was a lot faster. It wasn't like long drawn out, like you got to see like the planet and all this stuff, So it only took like 2 seconds to charge. Boom, very quick key beam struggle. That's it. So maybe that's why I don't have as much of a problem with it here as I do like all the other times. Katepesla's final attack was cool though, like the little spirit gun with the green like machine targeting circle thing showing up. That was pretty cool. I like that. Then we get into this person called Gamasira, who's invisible and can attack. Usually the invisibility would be a problem here, but Piccolo does say he's suppressing its energy, so the threat is appropriate in my opinion. All the other things that I've complained, which are valid complaints about like not people being able to see their opponent and that being a problem, those were all complaints because with what's his name? Fucking what the fuck is his name? Goku versus Tien and Goku versus Yakan and Vegito versus Boo. Right, those 3 fights. Sight isn't a fucking problem, right? It's never been a problem because of your ability to sense energy and to feel like the wind currents. So sight doesn't mean anything in that respect. But over here, not only is he invisible, but he's suppressing his ki. So the threat is appropriate, in my opinion. It's appropriate. Then there's the whole disregard for being able to sense the wind currents, right? Remember what Goku said against Yakan, like, even though he can't see you, he can still sense his wind currents and obviously his ki. So there's the whole disregard for that being, that's apparent over here as well. But I think even if the disregard for that is there, I still think like I can. It's still believable in some respects. So I'm not gonna put it down for that. There was also a lot of real weird miscues here. So Piccolo, once the Gamasiris dude is attacking 18, Piccolo saves her by using his little area of effect move that he used back in Dragon Ball against Goku in the 23rd World Tournament. But what's weird is that after he uses the attack, Piccolo starts to grunt, it zooms in on Piccolo's body and all this shit, and he's grunting as if he's in pain or something, like he's sweating or something. And it was very weird because the way in which that is happening, it makes you believe he's in pain or something, right? Like something happened to him, he got hit by this some sort of invisible attacker or something. But that's not the case. He's just grunting for no reason, and then he stops grunting, and then attacks at a cliff where he thinks the opponent is. So it's very real awkward editing. The way in which smoke was used to reveal Gamisaurus, that was fucking retarded too. Because look, if someone's invisible, then yes, you want to cover them somehow so that you can see them, right? Obviously, with Roshi and the blood, if you guys remember anything from Dragon Ball Part 1, that's what you want to do. But this whole... Anytime smoke has been used to reveal invisible people, I just think it's fucking retarded. Because how does smoke help to do that? Maybe if you make out their shape while in the smoke, but that's not what happens here. If you cover this whole room in smoke and you're invisible, I may be able to see your general the outline of your shape or something, right? The shape of your body or some shit. But that's not what happens in the episode. The smoke clears, and then you see his prismatic appearance. And I don't know what that why did that happen? And he looks like a lizard, which is different than his Toei model, where he's a blue version of the green insect, who is Damon, as we see later in the episode. And that just goes to show how shoddy the preparation for this was, even if it was a one-off character like Gamasiris. That just goes to show how shoddy the preparation was, because you got the wrong character model, and even in the artworks for the other characters on Toei's website, that was pretty amateurish too, because you had Gin's hand, you had the blue background, and then there's a white hole on the inside, right, of his hand, meaning that obviously you just use some Photoshop, some free form cutting out tool in Paint, use that and then pasted it onto the website. And then there was also Purina's artwork, I'm pretty sure it's Purina, where if you look at his official artwork on the Toei website, and I spoke about this, if you look at his right arm where the armpit is, you can see another arm there. So that's another case of amateur editing. So yeah, this is pretty much the Universe 4 removal episode. I like Shansa, but why did his attack not cover more ground? You see him use this red half spherical area of effect move that creates illusions, and then Damon is using the illusions to attack different people, which is how Piccolo gets knocked out.
Oh my god,
and I thought that was, it's nothing inherently wrong with that. I like Shansa, I like the attack, but why did the attack not cover at least the entire fucking arena or something? He didn't cover a whole lot of ground. Then we get to Damon. Damon being that small is fine, but it still doesn't make sense why he didn't get hit. If I'm able to sense where you are and throw it in that direction, then yes, you should get hit, regardless of size. I'm not saying oh, because you're small that you can't get hit, but it's if I'm this small, right, and I sense your energy, I'm gonna punch in this direction, not here. How can I miss? How can I miss? I'm aiming for that. So to me, that was just done. And regardless, the fist, the surface area of your fist is a lot bigger than Damon, regardless. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why he wasn't getting hit, even if he is very small. Piccolo then has some dumb line of dialogue about how hearing Damon's sound instead of just focusing on his ki would have made him find him. And I don't know how that works, because Damon, apparently Piccolo hearing Damon would have made him pinpoint his location, despite the fact that, I don't know, sound is correlated to size, small size for some reason. That makes no fucking sense. And then the other thing is, like, yeah, he's an insect. You know, so the fact that he's based off of an insect, maybe you can come to the conclusion that, oh, he makes, like, that insect, like, wing buzzing sound, right? That wing buzzing sound that, you know, flies and mosquitoes make. But then 17 and Goku both reveal later that he doesn't have fucking wings. So how can you even hear him to begin with? How the fuck how is hearing Damon's sound supposed to make you hit him? That's what I don't understand, without wings. So that line of dialogue was dumb. But that being said, I do like Damon. I do like the fact that he's small, and I like the voice and all that. That was cool. Goku punching the ground to, like, make 17 use his barrier attack on him, that was trash. That was way too kiddie. And Universe 4's destruction was anticlimactic as fuck. So, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the episode, really. Yeah, Goku punching the ground, reusing the same animation 3 times was, way too kiddie. I mean, I understand Dragon Ball is, like, it's aimed for kids, it's been aimed for kids, but again, this is another example of where the climate of what makes a kid show today and 20 years earlier, it's completely different. And that was way too kiddie, so fuck that. That was horse shit. Goku punching the ground and everything. And yeah, Universe 4's destruction was, yeah, like I said, that was anticlimactic as fuck too. Did not have nearly the amount of grandeur that 9 did. The sadness that 10 did. The way that 2 and 6 were eliminated, that was, you know, 4's destruction was just so, like, anticlimactic compared to all the other 4s. So yeah. I'm not gonna say like it's a trash episode, but it's definitely not a good episode either. It's a matte episode, but it's so uninspired at the same time. Like it's bad, but it's not bad. But it's not good either. You know, so I can't really think of like the correct adjective to describe it. But yeah, very bad. Not very bad, but yeah. Anyway, I'm just like speaking out of my ass. You know. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Not a very inspired episode. I'll do the stream in 10 minutes after this. Or after, at least once this is done uploading. So I will see you guys there. Bye.